This is more than a show. It's the Great British Shooting Show, the biggest celebration of shooting in the UK, bar none. From airguns to optics, country style to sport, it's where every shooter belongs. 3 incredible days, from the 13th to the 15th of February 2026 at the NEC Birmingham. No distractions, just the very best of British shooting and beyond, all under one roof. Book now at shootingshow.co.uk.
Hi, Gary Chillingworth here for Airgun World Magazine, Shooting Country TV. Welcome to Life at a Range and welcome to Back to Basics with Daystate. Well, today's video was actually meant to be a video on how to improve your freestanders, and that's going to be our next video along. But I got an email in the week, and you can always contact me at lifeatarange@gmail.com, and I will try and answer questions if you have them. Now, the email I got was a lovely email, so I'll just read it out here. Please, Gary, please stop reviewing our products. We've seen your scores and you're dragging the company down. Okay, sorry, that was from Air Arms. Right, this one here. It was from a guy called John. That's a joke, by the way. It's from a guy called John, and, well, John basically says that due to a medical reason, he's had his license removed from DVLA. So he asks 2 questions. Number 1, can he take his gun, obviously in a gun bag, on a train or a bus? And if he can't, what are the other options? Well, as some of you know, I am a train driver and I know a little bit about this because I've talked to my company about it. And if you want to take an air rifle onto a train or a bus, it obviously has to be in a locked case, but you have to have permission from the company. Otherwise, it's classed as armed trespass. Now, if you are going to be going onto a train and you've got your permission, how do you do it without drawing attention to yourself? If you walk onto a train in full camo with a gun bag that looks like a gun bag, people are going to be looking. So I know people who do travel on public transport with air rifles, and they use things like guitar cases, or basically anything that hides what you look like. I mean, a double bass guitar case, I'll put a picture up of one. You can fit a rifle into it quite well, and it just looks like a guitar case. But obviously keep an eye on it, because if people see a guitar case, they might try and nick it. Now, the other part of John's email was that he says his shooting permission is 3 or 4 miles away and he can ride a bike, but obviously riding a bike with a huge, great big gun bag strapped across your back is not easy. So are there other alternatives? Well, yes, there are. And believe it or not, it's not the BRK Ghost. I know what you're all saying, but I love that rifle. In here, we have got a very, very accurate gun. Put in the comments below what you think it is. I'll give you a clue. It's not a Daystate Grand Prix. No, what it is a Brocock Ranger. And this is a Brocock Ranger. It has a... So I've been struggling to do this. Adjustable butt, which then slides in and out. On top, we have an amazing MTC Connect, and that is a full-size, full-power, 12 foot-pound air rifle that is incredibly accurate. It even has a threaded barrel. Now, because of the rules on YouTube, I'm not allowed to show you how to attach this to that. I think I'm allowed to unscrew it, because all that is taking the thread off, but I can't put that on there. So let's do the wavy thing, and we'll be back in a minute when I have used the secret way of attaching the silencer onto the rifle. Okay, now that the silencer is on, we're going to just attach a very nice bipod. There we go, we're on. And obviously you can adjust your feet out. So now we have a Covert bunny basher. I think what we need to do is now take it out on the range and see exactly how accurate it is. John says he only ever shoots out to 35 yards, so that's where we're going to stick our ticket. We're going to be putting Daystate Range Master pellets through it, and I have no doubt that it is accurate as an accurate thing. Okay, so here we are set up, and we're out at 35 yards, which is what John shoots at. We're going to put 3 rounds at the left-hand target, because if you can't take a rifle out of the backpack and be accurate straight away, then it's not really a hunter. So, left-hand target, 35 yards. Okay. I was aiming at the centre, fractionally low. Another shot. Go for the same point. Okay, I think that went through the same hole. Right, I'm going to adjust. I'm going to aim slightly up. Let's see if we can get one dead centre. So I reckon that's dropped about 9 or 10 mil. So let's aim at the top of the red. Well, through the same hole. Well, 3 shots, 35 yards, pretty much through the same hole. I think maybe I need to just dial up a couple of clicks. But now let's push it out to 40 and let's see how we do. Okay, so we're now out at 40 yards, and I would say that that is pretty much, I wouldn't say it's the limit, but this has obviously got a shorter barrel than a target rifle. It's got a nice trigger. Everything about it is nice, but this is a small hunting rifle, 40-50 shots. It's designed to go out ratting, bunny bashing, you know, shooting targets in the garden and things like that. This, do you know what? I think you probably could use this for HFT. It seems to be accurate enough, but let's see what we can do at 40 yards. Okay, well, it's within the, we're shooting at these, and we're shooting at these ones, which I think they're about 25 mil. Okay, happy with that. Right, last shot. If anything, it's more accurate at 40 than it is 35. At 40 yards, we're putting in a group like that, so very, very happy. Now let's go and see how we get on doing some freestanders. Sorry, some supported standers. Okay, so let's try this again. I was doing some the freestanders and everything was dropping low, and I suddenly realised I hadn't put any air in the gun because I'd shot quite a few shots. Okay, so 30 yards. Let's see how we go. We'll put a marker down there. Then we'll put 3 shots on top of it. Okay. Now, one thing that it's worth noting, this is quite a short rifle. So that when I'm going to leave the bolt back. So when you're in a position like this, your hand is going to get very close to the end of that barrel. Bolt is back. Also, don't be tempted to put your finger and push against this barrel, as it will affect accuracy. So keep your hand there. I've taken the bipod off. I'd probably maybe put a slightly longer hamster rail on there, give you a bit more stability. Okay. Okay, well, I'm happy with that. Pretty much through the same hole. 2 more. This rifle is very light, but it's stable. It's because it's very well balanced. That's as good as I get with my target rifle. Right, last one. And just watch me mess it up. Oh, no, not having that. That was me. Did you see me weaving left and right, and I snatched at it because I so wanted to get that final shot in the same hole. Should always learn that if you're not 100% sure, don't try and force it. Come off, go back on. Right. So I just told you not to force it, and I just did exactly that. I did this in competition the other day. Tried to force myself into a position because I so wanted to get it and I didn't want to come off. Right. Better. Really shouldn't carry on. I should stop here. But I want to prove a point that those 2 misses right and left were me, because I was weaving about. I was trying to force myself to do something. Right, so come on, one more. No, come on. Breathe, breathe. Right, well, let's go and grab the cards, have a chat about the gun, and see how we did. But that's as good as my target rifle. Okay, so where are we? So looking at our cards. So we had, looks like 3 or 4 shots here, one there. Looked like we had one drop low there, although I think that might have already been on the card, I'm not sure. But all of that is within 20 mil at 35 yards, so certainly within the size of a rabbit's head. 40 yards, 1, 2, 3, all within that tiny bit. All of that is still inside of a 50p piece. So every inside of a 50p on a gun that I don't really know off of a bipod, I've got absolutely no doubt I could tighten those groups up. But when we test a rifle for the first time, I like to go and shoot it and see how we go. But it's a really nice rifle. So it's got your power adjuster on the side here, which is a really clever thing. So if you're in a barn ratting and you want to turn the power down, because you know you're worried about over penetration and going into places you don't want to be, you can certainly do that. The scope was absolutely brilliant as ever. However, I would certainly be tempted to use one of these on it, which is your MTC SWAT Prismatic. I forgot what it was called then for a second. We're going to be doing a big test on one of these soon, because I really like the idea of a prismatic scope. Very good if you've got an astigmatism. So what do I think of it? Well, we had the accuracy there when we were out prone, but this I was really impressed with. I mean, if you ignore those, because I was weaving left and right, and you can see the fact that I'm weaving left and right, we put 3 or 4 shots all inside of a fingernail at 35 yards supported standing. And I'm not the best supported stander in the world. And you often get people say, oh, you need a heavy gun to be good supported. Well, this sort of proves that you don't. I love the fact that you can fold the stock, take off the silencer and just sling it in a backpack. Stick it on your back, ride your motorcycle, do whatever it is you want to do and get to where you want to be covertly, so that nobody can see what you're doing. And I think that in today's society is a really useful thing. There's a lot of attention to people who shoot, and if you can get to where you need to go and just look like somebody who's out for a day hiking, that's certainly a boon for me. I really enjoy this little rifle. It's not the sort of thing I would usually shoot. It's not a target rifle. It's not meant to be a target rifle. It's meant to be a small fold-away hunter. And for that, well, it does that in spades. So, covert bunny basher, most definitely. You want to use it for HFT? Yeah, I've got no doubt that you could. It's certainly got the accuracy. If you want to just use it for plinking in the back garden, most definitely. And you can put it into a box, put it into a drawer and keep it locked away nice and safe. Well, that was Back to Basics with Daystate. Thank you so much for joining us today on the range, and take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll see you all again very, very soon. Don't forget, drop me an email if you've got any questions. Ta-da!